What is going on, InnerLoop family? Welcome back to day 3 of the Foundations of Self-Taught course. Mindset Coach Trev here. Pleasure to have you with me. Already this week, we've dove into the essentials. We've started taking a look at what self-talk is, just straight up. And then we've looked to the professionals, to the pros, to see, well, what does self-talk look like in even the most competitive settings with the best competitors in the world. Today, we're going to take all of this another step forward, and we're going to start personalizing this conversation even more and centering it around your experience. To do this, we're going to start examining what impact your self-talk has on your physical body and ultimately on your swing. Because here's the thing, it might just be words, they might just be muttered or quietly spoken here or there, but they have an impact. Like when you drop a stone in water, there's always that ripple effect. And though it may just start with the words, it translates to the body, which translates to your swing, and ultimately translates to your game. Let's walk through what physically actually happens in your body when you get lost in unhelpful and hurtful self-talk. First, breathing changes. Typically, things get faster, shorter, and originate more from your chest and getting away from that good, calming, diaphragmatic breathing. Second, your muscles tense up. As soon as that heart rate accelerates, your body registers that as a sign that it needs to get ready to run, fight, or just handle the threat at hand. Now, again, we're on the golf course, so this isn't very helpful, but this is how your body processes these moments. Breathing accelerates, muscles tense up. How the heck are you going to put a smooth swing on it then? Third, your heart rate accelerates. Again, it's like a chain reaction. When breathing accelerates, heart rate typically accelerates, muscles start to tense, blood rushes to these areas, your brain releases cortisol, certain hormones that get you ready again for a fight. And fourth, finally, after your breathing accelerates, body gets tense, and heart rate increases, your mind shifts gears completely and goes into react mode. And the more it is in react mode, the less it can actually execute, the less it can focus, be present, and actually handle the problem or the situation at hand. To be realistic, this all happens in milliseconds, remarkably fast. So fast that if you're not aware of it, you really don't even recognize it's happening. But where you do recognize something happening is in your performance, when you don't play as well, when you're not as consistent as you'd like to be. These are the signs that something under the hood needs to be worked on. Increased breathing, fast heart rate, tense muscles, react mode rather than execute mode. What does this actually mean for your physical or technical side of the game? Because it certainly has an impact. The first thing, as you get tight and as you get quick, your tempo goes out the window. There is no more smooth, steady, elegant. It is fast, choppy, and rigid. After tempo, we might think of a change like tight grip. Typically, we want to be loose and easy with the club in our hands. Well, when we get tense, when we get in this react mode, that's damn near impossible. We start white knuckling, we start getting tight, rigid, tempo's gone, swing plane changes, we're in a recipe for disaster. But here's the good news. This reaction, it works both ways. That means when we're actually intentional or positive or use self-talk with a purpose, good things actually happen, both physically and within our game. If we look at things from a physical side, when we use more instructional, positive, and just helpful self-talk, our breathing stays in that good range. Our heart rate stays nice and calm. Not like we're asleep. We're not ever going to get that chill. There's excitement going on. But it is going to stay in an area where our mind stays focused, where we have clarity, where our body doesn't respond like a threat is right here facing us. And for your game, this means the body stays loose. The swing stays fluid, your grip stays light, and what do you know? Now you're striping it hole after hole. Now this connection is huge because once you start to understand this domino effect that your self-talk has, you'll start to become a little more aware out there on the course. You start to hear yourself a little more clearly. You start to pick it up just a little bit faster. And the more that awareness grows, the more power you have to do something about it. The more intentional you can now become with your self-talk, with that conversation you are having with yourself. It takes retraining your brain to first become aware, second, have the alternatives to put into play, and third, to go actually practice. And over these 8 weeks, that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to raise that awareness. We're going to surround you with the education, the ideas, the concepts, the theories that you need to know. But then we're also going to make it applicable, and we're going to get you out there with daily challenges to practice. Speaking of, here's today's challenge. I want you to go back out to the range. If you're on the course, that's completely fine too, but no need to make this too extreme. And I want you to set out, a certain amount of shots. That could be as small as 10, 15, 20 if you're short on time. If you got a little bit more, please, a few more reps, it ain't gonna hurt. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to take 10, 20, 30 shots, however many swings you're gonna put on it. And I want you to really intentionally go through your process. Pre-shot routine, picking a target, really acting as if you were in the round then and there. And then post-shot, each time, I want you to just pause 2-3 seconds, check in with your body, and note what you're feeling. Say it out loud, and the analyzer, InnerLoop, is going to catch this for you. Shoulders felt relaxed, hands felt a little bit tight, body felt a little bit loose, whatever the heck it's going to be. Just start commenting, start noticing what you are feeling internally, or physically rather, during these moments. Then after those 20, 30, 40 swings, whatever it's going to be, analyze that recording in the InnerLoop app and see what pops up specifically in your most instructional or most common phrases. By doing this, we can start to see the trends. We can start to see physically what are you coming across most often. Again, then we can reverse engineer. We can understand what self-talk is causing that. Is that helpful? Is that hurtful? And then we can be more intentional and actually use our self-talk as a weapon rather than just being a victim to our words. So remember, your self-talk may just start as words, but it has a physical and real impact on every level. And once you start to understand and see that chain reaction, you now have the power to do something about it. So today, in your challenge, go practice that. Take your swings, whether that's on the course, whether that's on the range, on the putting green, it doesn't matter. And note after each shot, what do you feel? Shoulders, the hands, the jaw, whatever it is. Analyze, see the patterns, see the trends, then bring yourself right back here tomorrow. We're going to dive in again, and we're going to make even more magic happen.